He is here. It is glorious. Arsenal finally have their center forward, the one position that we have been begging for from this club for years. VIKTOR GYÖKERES, I believe is how he pronounced it. So it's VIKTOR GYÖKERES to me, is now officially an Arsenal player, having signed his contract and was unveiled Saturday evening, and then promptly hopped on a plane, flew to Singapore, drove to the stadium, and then walked out prior to the preseason friendly against Newcastle. Lots to get to, and it's only the second preseason friendly. Let's get to it. How's it? Welcome into another episode of Loose Cannons. We have got a lot to get to, man, and it is only it's still only preseason. Like, I got a flock of seagulls thing going on with my hair, apparently. My partner in crime over here, Ars Bros Ryan, did not wear the headband tonight. Thank God. I don't have to make fun of him for that. I didn't do the Enzo Amore intro, so he's not going to make fun of me for that.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, thank God you're not wearing the headband, you goof. How are you?
He's not with the team, so
that might change.
Well, then the headband will have to come back.
That might change. What's going on? How are
you? Pretty good. You know, I didn't see either game live, and the first game I woke up for, and I was just like, "Fuck this!" It's the game was at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, "No, not happening." So I went back to bed, and then for Sunday's game, also at 7:30 in the morning, I had a wedding night before. I was pretty. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty tuned up. So yeah, that definitely. I didn't wake up, I think, till like noon. And that's with a 3-month-old. So,
Hey, he's 3 months. Wow.
He's past 3 months, three months and a couple of weeks. So,
yeah, wow. Yeah, I set an alarm. It just didn't happen for me. As much as I would have liked. The first game, I did start to watch the first one. I paid for it. And then the second one I found out was on CBS Sports, the CBS Sports app.
The first one, I think, you got to mix up. The first one was on CBS Sports, I think.
No, I don't know.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Either way. So I saw some highlights. As I said to you off the air, the only highlights I saw really were like 15 replays of each goal being scored. So I didn't really see much of the Max Dowman. I take that back. I did see some highlights of Max Dowman playing, which we'll get to in a little bit. But obviously the big news coming into this one is VIKTOR GYÖKERES signing for Arsenal. It's official. He is here. He is the new number 14, the new center forward. You want to talk about a whirlwind 24 hours for him. Fly to London, sign your contract, do your media, responsibilities, and then hop on a plane again. And I heard somebody say something crazy, like it's a 14-hour flight from London to Singapore.
Yep.
That's crazy. It's only it's 17 hours from LA to Australia. 14 hours from London to Singapore. That's insane to me. But he did it. They announced him. Sorry, adjusting my camera a little bit. Introduced him, not announced him. Announced him Saturday. Introduced him to the world to a degree on Sunday morning, evening, as it was over there. But yeah, so how do you feel about VIKTOR GYÖKERES now being officially official? Where do you come down on it? You were a Sesko guy. Sheshko, I believe it should be Sheshko. Sheshko. Sounds like Sean Connish, Benjamin Sheshko. But anyway, yeah. How you feeling?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I preferred Sesko, but I just wanted a striker. Didn't really care who it was. Yeah, I mean, it's when you now that it's finally real, I'm very excited, happy. You look at a lot of stats and a lot of metrics that bode well for us. His runs, his sprints into the final third, his runs behind the enemy lines, and yeah, it's just it's exciting. And I know that you see stats and he's in another league, and he's gonna have his bumps, he's gonna have his struggles, but the type of player he is, the type of striker he is, I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited, and like I was saying at the end of last season, all we had to do was score 5 more goals, and we would have tied up for the title. So it's going to be a very interesting start to the season, just to see how he plays with Kai Havertz. Maybe a spoiler alert for me, what I think is going to happen, but or just how they share game time. I'm interested to see how. I mean, I think, to be honest, just based on watching the 2 preseason, it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of tactics and formations we put forward, because I saw a lot of different things.
Do you have a different mic?
Why is it really that bad?
Your microphone. It's like all of a sudden it just goes really sounds like you're talking through a pillow. You kind of, I mean, at least on my end, you kind of cut out there for a minute.
Do you hear me now? Is this better or worse?
It doesn't really sound any better or worse. It sounds the same.
Great.
No, I mean, it was you were in and out. So when I could hear you okay, you were fine. But then all of a sudden it became very muted and muffled. Yeah, I said to you on numerous shows that I was in the VIKTOR GYÖKERES camp. I didn't want the player who was I didn't want the project. I feel like we've had enough of that over the last 4 or 5 years with this project. I don't want the potential anymore. I want the here and now. That's what we need. Bringing in a number 9 that we're going to look at and say, okay, well, he's a project. It's 2 years down the road for him. Well, that doesn't help us now. And we've got the team now to push on, to be competing on all 4 fronts and win, and be winning major trophies. And so I was very much in this camp with VIKTOR GYÖKERES. Very excited to have him in. My expectations are tempered with him. I mean, we've seen all of the goals, we've heard all of the numbers and the stats, and it's a different league. He's going to be playing against much better competition, and he's not going to be the only guy. This system is not designed for him to bang in 30 goals. If he scores 30 goals in all competitions, if he scores 30 in all competitions might be right on it. If he scores 20 in the Premier League, we're in really, really good shape, I have to think. 30 goals in all competitions. Probably, now that I think about it, might be a little low depending on how far we advance in the domestic cups. But this is a big deal because this is the player who will run at defenders. He will pull the center half on his side, and he likes to drift left and then come back in from the left. So he's going to pull that center half with him, and this really should open up a lot of space for Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Nani Madueke, if he's going to be playing out there in place of Bukayo Saka. The right side should really, really open up now for us. And of course, that's the side that we really, we want to get the ball to Bukayo Saka. We want to feed that right side with him screaming down the wing, cutting back in on his left. But this is, look, I'm over the moon at this signing because I think he just, I don't want to say he slots right in, but there's a conversation right now for Mikel Arteta between VIKTOR GYÖKERES and Kai Havertz. Now, you've said that Arteta has already stated that Kai Havertz starts match week 1 at Old Trafford. I will take that with a pinch of salt. Nothing is set in stone. I mean, if he absolutely comes out and hits the ground running, which I don't quite expect him to do because I think we play a much different system from Sporting. So I don't think he hits the ground running. That's not to say that I think he struggles. I just don't think he's, coming in and banging in 7 goals over the last 3 preseason games. But I want to talk to you about the management of time between the two players. Let me start here. Can they both play together? I mean,
yeah.
Gyökeres is going to play the 9. He's the center forward. He's not doing anything else, I don't think. But Kai is, Kai has, he's got multiple positions in his kit bag, right? So you think they can play together? Expound on that a little bit.
I think Kai Havertz's best position is as a second striker. I mean, especially watching his 2 games, especially it was the AC Milan game. I'm getting my games confused now. He was really good at giving the creating chances, not necessarily as a 10, but just like having those little flicks. He had that little flick. It was Newcastle because he had that little flick for our first goal to Mikel Mourinho, which was really nice, where he just was caught in a lot of traffic, got the ball, put it to Mikel, and he slotted it home. And then also, he had a shot from the left-hand side. Yeah, I mean, he had a little help from was it Alex Murphy? But still, I like Kai Havertz better as second striker. I think VIKTOR GYÖKERES is going to be very, very good at, like I was saying before, getting behind enemy lines, making those sprints, beating those low blocks. I wouldn't be surprised if we use Gyökeres more against the bottom half of the Premier League, whereas when we play like the Newcastles and the Man Cities and Liverpools, maybe we might lean on Kai a little more, just because he knows how to create space and move around. I mean, so does Gyökeres, but Gyökeres I feel like is more of a transitional type player, someone that likes to make sprints and really get into infiltrate the low block. But I really want to see us, and it's something that we're probably going to talk about a little bit because I saw it a little bit in the defense, I saw it in the midfield, and in the attack where we have so many different looks to this team. It's going to be very interesting to see where we put who, because so many players on this team can just do so many things. But yeah, I personally would like to see him as a striker with Gyökeres, which I know probably won't happen too much, but I could see maybe one of them, subbing on later in the game and the other one not coming off. But yeah, I think that'll be very interesting.
So if you say subbing one on, but so it would be, and one wouldn't come off. So you're saying that if Gyökeres is already on, Kai would come on in place of a midfielder?
Yeah, I mean, whoever. I mean, depending on the state of the game and who needs to come off, if someone maybe got hurt or someone's not playing well. But I could definitely see the two playing together more than people might think. Because I really think Kai's best position is a second striker because he can score. He does have finishing capabilities. I mean, not that the bar was very high, but he was our leading goal scorer last season. But I just don't want to put all of our eggs in his bag. I mean, obviously we didn't because we paid a lot of money for this guy, for Gyökeres. So I get that. But yeah, I just think Kai's better utilized as maybe supporting Gyökeres, not necessarily like one or the other. But I have a feeling, just to start the season, I have a feeling it might be a one of the other type situation, just to kind of get a feel for, game state, game styles, and how we want to play.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The Kai in midfield experiment just never seemed to work. So I mean, I could see maybe a change in formation. Like a good friend of the show, Stan, has said before, he's old school and kind of likes the two striker model. But I don't know. I don't really know how that looks, though.
It'd be a 4-4-2, which we have the players.
Well, yeah, but you're two. All right, you're two wide players in the 4-4-2. Are you talking? I mean, it's not really a diamond. So are you going like a 4? I mean, could it theoretically be like it would be a 4-4-2, but could it be like a 4-1-3-2? So let's say Zubamendi's the holding midfielder. Odegaard would be behind as a traditional 10, but then you'd go Saka on the right. Who do you go with on the left? Do you go?
It had to be Martinelli.
Rice?
I mean, well,
I wouldn't even
do a 4-1. I would stay the 4-4-2 and it's just you're bringing off. If you're doing that, usually chances are we probably need a goal. So Zubamendi's probably coming off. Our 6 is coming. I would just say probably our 6 is coming off. So your 4 in the midfield would be probably Odegaard, Rice, Saka, Martinelli. Probably be something like that. I mean, who knows? I have a feeling we're going to try to sign another attacker. So the other attacker, maybe like an Eze, would definitely be in there. But yeah, I mean, you could do that probably. Kind of almost have like a 2 8s. Which is like, to be fair, Rice has played left 8 for us, and Odegaard plays a right 8, so that's not like crazy out of the question. So I could definitely see that happening.
I mean, it almost would be. I mean, when I get to really kind of thinking about it in terms of how that formation might look. I mean, it'd almost be like a 4-2-4. If you're going to go Saka and Martinelli or Trossard,
I guess.
You understand. I mean, I'm just making conversation. I'm not, this is all down the road. And at the end of the day, this is what we've wanted, is a good problem to have in terms of, how do these guys fit? And who comes off, who goes on, so on and so forth. Well, I couldn't do what I was hoping I could do, which was put both pictures on the screen at the same time, but I can't do that. I just don't know that Kai works in the midfield in behind. And I don't know that I would want to take off Declan Rice to put Kai in that role.
If we need goals,
does Kai give you that much more of a I know what you're going to say here. I guess my question was going to be, does he give you that much more of a scoring threat than Declan Rice does? I mean,
yes, but he also makes Gilchrist better. He makes Gilchrist a better goal scoring.
Well, does Gyökeres make him a better goal scorer?
I mean, he's a natural 9, so maybe.
Well, you said what I'm saying is back to pulling a defender away.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Does he get into a spot, get into space, pull a defender, which opens up more for Kai. So, again, good problem to have, right?
Yep. Again, that's something that probably we'll talk at nauseum until the season starts. That's what
I think we're going to talk about it. I think we're going to talk about it at nauseum once the season does start. I think it's going to be a conversation for most of the season.
It's just more of like tactics and formations. I mean, that's what preseason is. You're just experimenting, trying new things. But I really do think like having Gilchrist, it's like, okay, we have a number 9, we have this one target man. If we want to do that, we're going to do that. And it's probably going to be our plan A. But, when we need a goal, you always need a plan B. And I think Kai is his best position for me is a second striker. So it's definitely something to do. And I'm not saying we'll ever start 4-4-2. I don't know if we will. But again, this is just also like game state and, making subs at 60 minutes or even at halftime or making the changes that we need to make, whether we either need to, defend a team from scoring a goal or us having to score a goal. I think would be, really what this is more for.
Are you expecting to see him, Gyökeres, play on Thursday?
Part of me thinks they'll put him on for like 5 minutes, but I don't care. Just to get like the people excited. Just be like, hey, go on, get a couple cheers. But I don't know. I don't really care.
Do you want to see him? Do you want to see him play Thursday?
No, I don't really care. No, I don't care either way.
You don't care because it's preseason, or
if he plays, it's going to be. I don't see him playing more than a half. So like I'm just.
Well, I mean, nobody really has played more than a half.
Well, I don't even see him playing a half. So like,
I mean, the players that have started are getting subbed off either at halftime or at like 60 minutes. So I mean, which is good. If you're going to start, get the run out. Get some tread on your tires. If you're going to come on as a sub, get some tread on your tires that way as well. So speaking of subs.
I think he'll play for Villarreal. I don't think he's gonna play Thursday.
That Villarreal match is Sunday?
August 6th, no, Wednesday.
Oh, it's a Wednesday. I thought we went. Okay, interesting. That's yeah, I guess that is a Wednesday, huh? Wait, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, it is a Wednesday. Yeah, and then what we have, and then there's another match.
Saturday.
Then that's Saturday. Okay, yeah. Well, speaking of, I had a. Oh no, where's it at? Speaking of subs, and not the kind that you eat, Max Dowman, and I want your honest opinion right now on what you've seen, what you've heard about this kid. And I guess we'll talk expectations here in a few minutes, but the floor is yours, sir.
I mean, yeah, he's the next big thing. Let's, I think we're kind of in our prime here as far as Haaland's concerned. You had Saka wearing the armband in our first preseason game. Dowman's playing with the craziest bravery I've ever seen from a 15-year-old. Yeah, I don't think anyone's been this good. I mean, people talk about Wayne Rooney, but he was 16. I know he was playing friendlies before, but I don't know. This Max Dowman guy is crazy. But realistically, I don't expect if I would be. I don't expect to see him this season. I don't really want to see him this season, unless he's like coming on for 5 minutes just to break some record or something. We have to be careful with him. And I've heard a lot of reports and things saying that like they really like did their bet, like cleared everything. They made such a detailed and articulated pathway for this player. I think when he was 14. So this guy's the limit for this guy, and I'm very, very interested to see him. But I don't want to see him this season play for us. And maybe get maybe be a sub in a Carabao Cup game. But I don't foresee I don't think we're going to see him. We just have so many good players, and we're going to be competing for so many trophies that I don't really want to put him in a because I just he's 15. Let's be real.
So what do you do with him?
I'll probably play mostly for the U21s and be on a lot of benches for us maybe if we could fit him. I don't even know
if he's on the bench, is that really doing him any good?
Yeah, because he's training with the first team. He's warming up the first team. He's warming down with the first team.
But there's no experience like game experience.
Yeah, so he's 15. I don't need to see him play at 15. I know, I could clearly see. It's funny. We again.
Does that not stunt his growth though?
No, he's 15. No, I don't know. We talked this. We talked about this. Shout out Mike on another Arsenal podcast. I think it was on Thursday, and we talked about loaning him. I do not want him loaned. To me, you loan younger players because you see. Okay, I don't know if he's going to make it or not, but let's put him in a different environment and see how he reacts. I don't believe in loaning out young players just to get game time. I think when you loan, specifically Arteta, when he's loaning out players, it's because he wants to see something in the player itself. We talk about Emile Smith-Rowe. I think it was in the documentary. He said something like, "Oh, I loaned you out because I wanted to see what I know you're a good player, but I wanted to see what kind of man you'd be, or how you would take to this or that." There's always a reason. I don't believe in loaning a player out just to get minutes. He's gonna again. Training and game time, I'm not saying it's the same thing. It's not. But you're still conditioning. You're still playing with the first team. And let's face it, he's going to be training with the best team in the world. So, I think that's a little more important to me in his growth than potentially playing for a championship side or in another league. Well, he'll get kicked and take a lot of knocks and get hurt. And I think it was BX Gun that said this about Jack Wilshere. I don't want him to be another Jack Wilshere. Granted, Jack Wilshere, A, played a different position, and B, was more of a tackler and a bruiser than Max Dowman is. But why put him in that situation when he's only 15 years old? I would much rather him get all the experience in training under, someone who's mentoring him, Declan Rice, one of the best midfielders in the world. But not even that, he's playing on the best team in the world. Why would I want him to not soak up the experience and the learning that he's going to have in training with the team?
To me, I hear what you're saying. I don't disagree wholeheartedly with any of the points that you make. I just think that if he's going to be there, then he should play, and not this 5 minutes come on as a cameo. Because what do you do? I mean, we've talked about this for 3 years now, 3 seasons, where Arteta makes these ridiculous substitutions with 2 minutes left. Why? What is the point of that? You're slowing down the game. The guy's going to come on for 2 minutes. I'd be more worried about a player getting injured playing only 2 minutes than I would him. I mean, you're not coming on to make a difference. You're not coming on to change the game. You wouldn't start him against a Barnet or Wimbledon or
with a fully healthy team. No,
I mean in a Carabao Cup match
with a fully healthy Arsenal squad. No, I wouldn't. Let's think about this. We have a really good example here, Ethan Waneri. He barely played last season. He was 17, 18, and last season people were like, "Oh, we're gonna see him now. This is it. He signed a new contract. He got a number. This is what we're gonna do." And then Raheem Sterling played instead of him. And it's funny, Raheem Sterling played instead of him, and yet he's still signing a new contract. He has a number. He's 22. So to me, that's saying he's extending with us. So I mean,
I'm not
obviously
sure.
Obviously, we didn't screw up his coming up. And what was it 2 seasons ago when he broke the record for youngest Arsenal player to make an appearance? And he only went on because Arteta was like, oh, he deserves it. He deserves to have this record of being the youngest Premier League player. And he came on for like 10 minutes, and that was it. And I think that was all we saw of him. Maybe we saw him again, but he wasn't playing against a Barnett or a Portsmouth. He wasn't there. We barely saw him. And so, you know.
What are you okay, so if you don't want to play him, what are you afraid of? Why don't you want to play him?
I'm not afraid. We have so many players. I'm not afraid of anything.
So you want to see the other players play ahead of him? It's all it comes down to. I mean, if the argument is everybody else on the team or everyone else in his position is better than him, and I want to play the best players, I understand. That makes perfect sense to me. I want to play the best players as much as possible. But just everything about this kid. I watched the highlights from Sunday of him, just him. I listened to all of the platitudes and everything that everybody has said. The one word that I heard more than any other word to describe him was confidence. And it just the way that he has no issue taking on a defender that's twice his age. That's twice his age. The kid, he's got it. The kid just has it. And I will say that the Ethan comparisons, I think, are a little. What's the word I want to use? I think they're wide of the mark. I don't think he's.
In what way?
I think he's better than Ethan.
Yeah, but
what I've seen so far and
it's not different though. I don't think just because he's better doesn't make the situation different.
Well, but it does.
You know what? It does. It's different because we have a better squad now than when Ethan was playing.
Like
so
I'm not
have more of a chance to play than he does.
But I don't want anybody to get it twisted here with what I'm saying, because I think a lot of people probably are leaning more to agree with you, and it's not a agree disagree. It's not a fucking battle here. Excuse my language.
No.
But I think for me, I go back to if you're good enough, you're old enough. And so far, he has shown he's good enough. Now, I am not advocating that he start. There's no one in this team that I would advocate him start over.
And that other than my next question. Where do you where do you play him? Where is he going to play?
I mean, so far he's playing more in the right 8. Which is also well, he's playing the right 8, and he played.
And you want to know who's ahead of him?
Did he play right wing at all on Sunday?
He played right wing. He played right 8. He was
so then the players the players ahead of him. If those are the two positions, if that's where if he's going to play on the right side, so he's got 4 players total, 2 in each position at least ahead of him. Bukayo Saka, Nani Madueke at the right wing. Martin Odegaard, Ethan Nwaneri at the right 8.
Yep.
Can he play on the left? I don't know. I haven't seen him play on the left.
So yeah, exactly. So he's not. But I would. Trossard's still here. Martinelli's still here. He's not playing over. Whether I get it. There's a lot of people that aren't happy with Martinelli that he's still here. There's a lot of people that want to sell Trossard. They're still here. There's no way he's playing over both of those players. And on top of that, we're talking about potentially bringing in another left winger. Or let's say argument's sake we bring in Eze, he's behind Eze. So I don't see a world where he injuries can happen. I'm not saying he's definitely not going to play and he can't play at all costs, but like a healthy Arsenal squad, where does he play? He's third at best.
Well, and I guess therein to a degree this is my not issue, because again, it's a good problem to have, right? It's a good problem to have. I do agree that I don't want to loan a player out for the sake of getting minutes, because I think it's got to be the right situation. I think when it comes to loans, I want to find that right situation where you're going to go play in a side that plays the way we want to play. Therefore, the role that you're going to play with that team is the role you're going to play with us. So the minutes that you get, I want them to be meaningful, not just, hey, you're a right winger, but we're going to loan you to Derby County where they're going to put you at left center back. Well, that doesn't make any sense, and that's not what I want to see. I want to see, if you're going to go out on loan, go somewhere where you're going to get, where the minutes you're going to get are going to translate when you come back here. It's like when you get a loan, it's like going to community college. I want to make sure that the credits are going to transfer to the big school when I get there. It's tough, man. I'm in limbo over what to do with him because he's too good to go back to the U18s. I think he's levels above the competition that he probably should be playing in given his age. Playing for the U21s is like, is he too good for that too?
We don't know. He doesn't play. He has. If he may have played once or twice there, I don't even know if he did.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if he hasn't really, he hasn't played.
And let's put this in perspective too. Like, it's preseason. I know people don't want to talk about this, but like, teams are not playing at 100%.
Sure.
And this has been talked about across multiple podcasts, not even Arsenal ones. Most teams, when they go to the countries and have the tours and stuff, they train during the day and then they play at night. So it's like they're running double sessions. So these players, when they play at night, it's not the same speed. It's very, a lot of them could be a little leggy. There's a bit of, unless you're playing Newcastle or Man U, who are aggressive as hell, who are always aggressive as hell against us. And I kind of get that. They want to, they're rivals of ours. They're trying to compete with us. So I understand it, but if you're not playing either of those teams, like, no team goes 100%. Of course Max is going to look good against.
Well, what I was going to say was he's probably going 100%. He's probably putting everything he's got out there simply because he is 15. He cannot go. If Newcastle's veteran players are going 70%, he can't go 70%. They'll beat the ever-loving snot out of him.
I just think everyone's tired. It's like everyone's not giving their best effort. It's not about going. I guess better yet, it's not like people are going 80%, 90%, 100%, whatever percent. It's more of just like people are tired. They trained earlier in the day and now they're playing again at night.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a good look. People aren't pressing the hell out of each other. It's more of a very relaxed, like, pickup game.
So you want him in and around the first team all
100%.
season, but you don't really want to see him play.
I didn't say
that.
Okay,
you did say that.
Okay, I don't.
100% said you don't want to see him play this year.
It's not that I don't want to see him play. It's that we're not going to need him. I care more about us winning trophies. And
I understand.
If we're fully healthy, he's not. We don't need him. We're not going to need him.
So okay, but and point taken. I agree.
So I guess
But you can't take a year off either. Like a year
every day with the first team.
But it's not the same. He's got to play. It's not the same.
No,
I
disagree.
The same.
I disagree. It's fine. I disagree.
You think
I would
you think practice and game are the same thing?
No, I think practice with Arsenal Football Club is infinitely better than a game at Derby County.
Okay.
Or whoever, any championship team.
Here's my disagreement with you.
We got Tanner. We're the best team in the world. You're crazy to loan him out.
Listen, I'm not advocating loan him out. I don't know what I'm advocating for. I'll tell you right now. I'm in limbo with it. I don't know what to do with him. He's too good to play U18s. He might be too good to play U21s. He's probably not going to get a whole lot of game time if he's with the first team.
We don't know if he's better than U21s. He hasn't played.
I said
I think he's going to start.
I said probably. But here's the difference between practice and game. And I don't care who you're playing. What he's not going to get in practice is a player going at him. No defender on this football club is going to go at him and put in a serious challenge because they're not going to do it to Saka. They're not going to do it to Gyökeres. They're not going to do it to Havertz, to Odegaard. They're not going to go into a teammate and put in a serious challenge. So, yes, game is very different from practice, and we're the best team in the world, at least on paper. My buddy comes into the bar the other night, and he's like, hey, you know what you can't say? World champions. He's a Chelsea fan. I had shout out Isaac. You're an idiot if you're watching. But
you're proving my point. I don't want him going to Derby County and getting two-footed and getting hurt.
He's not okay. He's not going to get two-footed. I'm saying nobody in practice is going to get physical with him.
But that's my point. So you want to loan him out so people?
I don't want to loan him out. I don't want to loan him out.
Okay.
I'm saying so. I guess given the options available, then he probably needs to go play U21s, because he can't just train with the and you can train with the first team. I mean, there are academy players training with the first team. He all trained season long.
He trained a lot with the first team last year. So I don't want him going on loan. I agree with you there. He probably needs to play U21s, but he's got to play. The training with the first team is not enough. He can't be a first team player all season long, but then get 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. No.
When we look at his minutes at the end of the season, he doesn't break 60.
No, well, what I was inferring was when he's training with the first team, he's obviously playing with the G21s. That's kind of
okay, all right, okay.
That was on me.
No, you know what? Honest, no, that's on me, because that makes sense. Yeah, he could train with the first team. But
I mean, also too, who knows? He does he start against a Barnett or a Portsmouth? No, but subbed on when we have 5 goals past them. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
but again, he's third at best in any position he wants to play on this team.
Sure.
So when's he gonna play? I don't.
Well, that's just it though. Is that I don't know that we need. Okay, so any League Cup match that we play is going to be a midweek until we get to the semifinals and the final.
Yeah.
Every other League Cup match is a midweek match. So somewhere we're going to have. So bookend it with the weekend, and probably the week before was probably a Champions League match. I'm all for him starting, because I do want to see what he has against a team, against some grown men. Granted, might be a League One side, might be a Newport County or something. But I want to see what he's got against grown men, and I want to see it for 60 minutes. I want to see it as long as he shows he can handle it. Now, if you put him out there in the first 30 minutes and he's just getting the ever-living daylights beat out of him, kicked out of him, and you're like, okay, this isn't working. He's not big enough. He's not mature enough physically to withstand what he's going to come up against. Then that's where Mikel Arteta has to be like, hey, you know what? Listen, it's not working. We don't want you to get hurt. So we're going to sub you off. But if he's going to be there, then he's got to be in the conversation to get some minutes. Again, the League Cup, the FA Cup, depending on the opponent, I want to see him get some significant minutes if he's going to be there. I don't want it to be just the token, hey, you got a shirt and everybody's excited. Max Salmon got a shirt with the first team. He's not getting a shirt against United. He's not getting a shirt against Leeds. He's not getting a shirt against Liverpool. Give me a League One side in our first League Cup match at the end of October, early November, and let's see then what he's got. And if he can handle himself, if he performs at a high level, maybe gets a cameo against Sunderland, and Granit Xhaka doesn't, and hopefully Granit Xhaka doesn't go in on him.
Yeah. That's the last thing I want.
See where I'm going there? You wanted to talk about Xhaka signing with Sunderland. But I look, again, at the end of the day, all of your points are they're valid. They're good points. I don't argue. I don't dispute any of them or disagree, I guess is the word I want to use. I don't disagree with any of the opinions. I just
He's 15. We have time.
Oh, it's not a matter of it's not a matter of the time. That 100%. My thing again. I said it. Real Ryan said it in the chat. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And so far,
I don't know if he's good enough yet. A couple of preseason games doesn't really. It's Ethan.
Ethan
but was amazing last. I remember everyone was jacking him off.
He looked real good last Wednesday.
He barely played. He barely played for us last season.
No, but I'm saying on Wednesday against AC Milan last week, he looked.
Yeah, I mean,
he looked real good.
He looked good.
He's
going to be interesting to see how he fits into our squad because it's funny because he backs up Odegaard, but him and Odegaard play two. Odegaard's a right 8, and Wanyeri's a 10, and he's a 10 that will put goals in the back of the net for us.
You see him more as like a traditional 10.
100%, yeah.
Really?
And so it was funny. Clive mentioned this. Was it Clive or it was somebody on Arsenal Vision? I don't remember if it was Clive or someone else.
I just don't see that with him.
Oh, 100%. So they compared it to basketball. Odegaard is a point guard. You know, he's facilitating. He's creating. He's making.
That's what I'm like.
Maybe he'll shoot. Wanyeri's our shooting guard, where he's just shooting. He just shoots buckets, and he best.
That's not a 10 to me. That's not a 10 to me.
A 10 is he's in the middle of the pitch. Where is he going to play? He's going to play in the middle of the pitch.
I mean, he's
not going to play on the wing for us.
No. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying like a traditional 10, like playing in the middle of the pitch.
No, his position.
He'll play right. No, I got you.
His position is
going to be. See, it's funny because everything that I saw from him last year, playing on the wing, I was not at all disappointed with what I saw. Not at all. And if the plan this year would have been for Ethan Nwaneri to spell Bukayo Saka on the wing, now I will say that Madueke is a better player. So the floor, as you've famously said on this program, the floor is raised. And Madueke is raising the floor over Ethan Nwaneri. But I would not be disappointed if Nwaneri were the understudy to Bukayo Saka. I think with more playing time, I think he could have been. You just said it. He's a 2. If we're going to put it in terms of basketball, he's a 2. He's a shooting guard. He's Jordan. He's not Michael Jordan, but
isn't 2 a small forward? Isn't shooting guard?
That's 3? 3. No. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. Jordan was a 2. When Michael Jordan played, Jordan was a 2. I mean, he could go back and forth between 2 and 3, but with the Bulls, he was a 2. Pippen was the 3. Horace Grant or Dennis Rodman were the 4. Luke Longley, Bill Cartwright, they were the what was that dude's name? Will something. What was his name? Will.
What are you talking about?
The Bulls, the old Bulls.
Why? Who? Why?
I don't know. Because you brought up basketball, then you said a 2, and I'm like, okay, Jordan was a 2. That's where my head is at. And then you said, wait, is it a shooting guard, a 3? And now I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, whatever. Yeah, I mixed the numbers up. Whatever. Should
I just don't see it as a 10. That's strange that you see that because to me
his best position is in the center of the pitch.
I don't know that.
I know that. To me, I know that. I think because I've seen him play. He's not good. I don't think he's that good on the wing. He has this season.
But when did he play in the middle last year? All of the game time, the vast majority of the minutes.
Yeah, but he came on as a right winger, but when he had the ball, he was better when he possessed the ball in the middle of the pitch. Like when he's on the wing playing Saka's role, he's not that good on it. Good at it. He had 1 or 2 Saka-esque goals, and that was it. He's better in the middle of the pitch with a lot of traffic and maneuvering. Like I think he played Champions League.
More technical. Yeah.
I think it was Champions League where he was like dribble, like he was in so much traffic around. It wasn't a great team. It might have been like Girona. I don't remember, but he was just like he was getting out of danger like every which way. He was doing really good. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's definitely better in the middle of the field.
But see, I think of a traditional 10 as I think of the traditional 10 as a point guard, as a distributor, as a facilitator.
No,
I don't see him.
To me, a 10 is just your best player. It's in the that's just they play in the middle of the pitch. I mean, like notoriously they're known to distribute because they're in the middle of the pitch, but they don't need to be. Like Odegaard's our best creative player. He's a right 8. He is not a 10.
Well, we also don't employ a traditional 10. Deploy a traditional 10 when you think about it. I mean,
like when you think about Odegaard and what he does for this team, you would think, oh, he's a 10. Like if I literally didn't show
I think he's more of it. Yeah, I think he's
if I didn't show you a heat map of Martin Odegaard and I just told you everything that he does for this team and what he's best at, you're gonna say, oh, he's a 10. And I'm like, well, no, he's a right. Like you show the heat map, no, he's a right 8. You just look at his heat map, he's a right 8.
Well, he's a 10 that plays predominantly on the right side. However, mince words, however you want to, however you want to put it.
But I'm saying is like when you're the opposite.
I need to see more of that because I need to see more of him in that role. Then I think he looked good on Wednesday, but the distribution is what we're looking for from that role. That's why Martin Odegaard is in that role. He's a better distributor than he is a scorer. He's a better facilitator and director of traffic, pulling the strings, the maestro, the conductor. That's his job. That's what he does. I don't think Ethan does that.
And they're up. That's why I said they're different. One's a point guard, one's a shooting guard. They're different. They just play in the same areas. They don't do the same thing. Like I think you're hell bent on like, oh well, if they're playing in the same position in the same spot on the pitch, then they have to do the same thing. They don't. That's where tactics and formations come.
Well, given our manager and the absolute choreographed system that we play, he's got to play this. He's got to do this.
We're never going to agree on that. We don't have a choreographed system.
Oh, I don't know. God.
It's just we're gonna like just yell at each other for like another hour. I know, and especially now with preseason, like the difference, like Zubamendi's playing and Norgard and Rice and Marino. We have so many different faces. It's insane. And if anyone wants to come at me with choreographed bullshit, now we have no plan B. Well, I don't know what to tell you because we have a bunch of plans. They're just games where we just don't play well and things just don't happen for us. But we do.
But in those games when we continuously beat our heads against the wall, doing the same thing over and over again, that's not the other team's fault. The other team's like, yes, please, because we figured out how to stop you. You can't beat it.
We'll see.
That's no. Okay. You're saying in the future. I'm saying in the past.
No, I'm saying in the future. Seen. Well, I mean, I could argue. I would have to look at more film, but I would argue that we do have a plan B. Is what I'm saying. I said it all last season.
In the past, I have not seen it because
you have because for a while when Bukai was hurt, we were trying to force Ethan. We were trying to force Gabriel Martinelli to be Saka, and he just isn't. And that's when he started playing bad. And everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck, Martinelli?" It's like, well, no, it's because now you see us trying to force the ball to the left-hand side, and Martinelli couldn't do that. We were having some success with Trossard, but that was only when Trossard would cut into the middle of the pitch.
Right.
Because again, Trossard is more, I guess, of a like a higher up left 8 type player. He's not a winger. He doesn't like getting chalk on his boots. Martinelli kind of does, but he runs at a room. And that's what our plan B was. Our plan B was to have Martinelli do all the work on the left hand side.
Yeah, but within a game, within a match, you have to be able to adapt and change things up.
We didn't have the players. Now we do. So now
we hope so. We hope so.
Yeah.
Midfield. Since we're kind of on this right now, you had some things that you wanted to bring up with the midfield, so I'm going to let you go on that because the only real thing
most of it with Wanyeri and Odegaard, but yeah,
is that really that's what you want to talk about?
there was more, but I think that was for me. That was the crux of it. Was just how.
This is it. Real quick. This is it's a real good way to put it. I wish you could have been that eloquent. I'm messing with you.
No, I know. I would like to see him be a little more creative, but I mean, yeah, he's going to be scoring more goals than Martin Odegaard. That's just the type of player he is.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. Continue with
you. No, again, like to me, an interesting person that I've noticed, and it's kind of both good and bad. Mikel Merino, kind of at fault.
Get out of my head, because my thought process on the midfield, the whole reason that I started thinking about this when you and I were chatting about like what do we want to talk about, he's the reason that all of this popped into my head. Go.
Yeah, no, I mean it's so weird because he was kind of at fault the first goal. He's like was tracking Tonali and kind of just let him go. Turned off for a second, they scored, but then he comes back and he scores a pretty awesome goal. So I don't. Is he too slow? Not physical enough in the midfield? Kinda. That's what I've been saying this. I think he's too slow in the midfield. But dude, he just scores goals for us. And like he scored important goals for us before last season. And I mean it's preseason, so they're not really important goals, but he scored goals when it matters. I guess again it doesn't matter, but he scored goals for us now. So I think he's probably, if I had to say, as far as midfielders go, he's probably the weakest one out of the bunch. But then it's like he's putting the ball in the back of the net for us. I think did he score in both games? No, he didn't. Saka scored. Never mind. But like, I don't know. I just he's a weird one because he's not going to play striker for us because we have Gyökeres, we have Havertz. So I mean, he's going to back up Rice at left 8. Like I'm not a big Merino guy in the midfield. He could win a duel here and there, but like I just think he's a little too slow. He turns off a lot. I think he turns off a lot, and it's more noticeable because he's not as athletic as a lot of the attackers in the Premier League, so it's a little tough. But yeah, he is interesting. To me, I don't want to say he's like next on the chopping block, but he's just I don't know. I don't know what to make of him. I don't know what to think of him. I don't know if you have something better, but yeah, to me, it's see how we deploy him.
I guess what I got to thinking about with this midfield thing is congested isn't the right word. That it just kind of makes it sound like there's a lot of bodies, but not a lot of talent. And I think top to bottom, name me a more talented midfield in Europe. I literally do mean top to bottom. When we talk about all of the players that we have at our disposal that we can put in the midfield, my goodness. And we haven't even really mentioned Christian Norgard at all. And he's a bit of the lost man in all of this. I mean, Merino can play the 6, which is where he played at Sociedad. He played in front of Zubamendi in the 6, and then they more or less kind of traded off when they were both at Real Sociedad. I do agree he's a bit lethargic. But I think to myself, okay, Declan Rice just doesn't ever get tired. I think Declan Rice I think he's built to just run. And when he stops running, he'll be dead. I think he's going to do that his whole life. He'll be 98 years old. He's going to be Forrest Gump just running. Run, Declan, run. So I don't know. He's not a right 8. He's not creative enough to deputize for Odegaard.
But it's funny, like I could see him operating in those positions where 10 is because he's almost in a weird, crazy way. He's almost like Waneri, where like he could play in those spots and he scores. He just finds. He just honestly, I think he's a better scorer than right now. I think he's a better goal scorer than Winieri right now.
Excuse me. Oh,
And he
sorry,
plays
guys.
midfield. So does that make him the backup to Odegaard? And then Winieri, I don't know what we do with.
Everything that we see Mikel Merino do, when he does it well, he does it from the left.
Well, no, when he scored the goal, he was in the middle of the pitch.
Well, but where'd he come from? He's coming from the
well,
left.
yeah, but
he's coming in. Well, the banger that he scored in the Champions League, was it? Was it Real Madrid?
He operates in the middle of the pitch. I mean,
well, when he was coming from the right and he took the shot first time. Was that right? Was that Real Madrid?
I don't know. He scored against Real Madrid. I don't know if
that's the goal. That's the goal I'm talking about. Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, good problems. Man, oh man, good problems to have, because I'm thinking, all right, so Zubamendi's the 6. So the best midfield that we're going to deploy is going to be Zubamendi as the 6, Declan Rice is the left 8, Odegaard as the right 8. We still have Mikel Merino and Christian Norgard.
And then one year,
Ethan,
I guess, yeah.
If Eberechi, if this does come to fruition, if this actually happens, I will lose my mind if we get him. Because that's like, to me, not to go off on a tangent here, just real quick, that is that's Mikel Arteta just basically saying to people now, like, okay, we're not going to just, we don't want to beat you 1-0. We're now going to just try to humiliate the world of football. If we bring in Eberechi.
Well, I mean, I think we just want to win trophies first, but yeah, I guess that's the over.
I think that's the. I don't want to beat you. I want to piss on you. I don't know. It's weird. It's not my. I'm not doing it. It's not me. Imagine he comes in. He can all. I mean, he is a central midfielder. I mean, you want to talk. I mean, I probably consider him more. Well, I think I'd consider Winieri more in the vein of Eze, more of a scorer than a distributor. But man, oh man, like it just like all of these players, it's like we're finally getting it right. We're finally seeing. Alex just said it. Yep, Alex, I just saw your comment, and you're absolutely right. We can bring someone on and keep up the level of quality and play. That's exactly what it is. I would not be upset with Mikel Merino in the midfield, starting in the midfield at all. Not disappointed in that at all. I think
against the big six, not against the top team.
No. I would not be. I would not. He's not going to start against United. He's not going to start against City. He's not starting against Liverpool.
No, yeah.
But if we're competing on all
again, I think he's a guy you bring on when you need a goal.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, here you're gonna come on as a left 8, but you're gonna like want to score a goal. You're gonna push up into the middle of the pitch.
Sorry, I'm reading Football Capo's comment here, but yeah.
Well, honestly, there's your diamond midfield.
Wait, what did you just say?
I'm saying if you really want a diamond midfield, there's your diamond midfield right there. It would be Odegaard, Eze, Winieri as your 10, and then honestly, I would have Norgard. Oh, Norgard playing center back. I would have Norgard at the bottom of that diamond, but I mean Zubi's fine too. If you're playing against a team that you don't really think is going to transition on you quick, then you could play Zubi.
Yeah. Just trying to think if there was anything else. We covered Max Dowman. We covered the games from last week. We covered Gyökeres versus Havertz, the midfield. We've had some good talk tonight.
I also think too something that's not talked about. Well, I mean, I guess it hasn't been talked about, but I don't understand it. But the relationship between Ben White and Bukayo Saka is just like they're like one brain operating in two bodies. I don't know. Like
So who's so
They
here's
both make each other such better players. It's like actually insane.
yeah.
And it's gonna be tough to see how does Timber fit in it, because Timber was one of the better players last season. He was one of my players of the season. So like, how does that work? Because he's coming back from injury. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, Ben White's probably gonna start the season, but yeah. I mean,
did you hear anything on the Calafiori injury?
No. He felt a tweak. They said he felt a tweak.
Yeah, felt a tweak.
They don't know.
But he didn't specify hamstring, knee, nothing. I haven't heard anything at all.
I mean, I think the fact that we didn't hear anything is good.
It's good news, yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, also, today was a travel day. They flew from Singapore to Hong Kong.
So. Oh, yeah, good call. So maybe we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah. What else? You got anything else?
So you talked about Norgard. Who will Arteta drop? Oh my God, BX, you're so funny. I didn't realize BX was such an Odegaard hater. I didn't. Reading the comments, BX, I did not know this. I was not familiar with your game. Yeah, Alex, Calafiori is turning into a new Tomiyasu.
I was walking the dogs tonight.
I don't
like and I'm just kind of going through in my head, like, what are we going to talk about? And the Calafiori thing came up, and I'm like, yeah, is he giving Tomiyasu vibes all of a sudden? Like, can we just not figure this out? No, all right. No, here you go. BX, he can't start both.
Havertz and Odegaard? Yes. What do you mean? We did it. Why not?
Because Havertz,
you're saying if we deploy 2 strikers. Yeah. Odegaard's a right 8. Yeah, we can. He can start both. I'm not saying I would want to do that. That's not my ideal 11, but like, well, I guess you're saying starting. Yeah, I think you can. I don't know. Honestly, I think Odegaard and Kai Havertz start week 1 at Old Trafford.
Wait, say that again?
I think Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard start in our first game.
Yeah. Odegaard will start as the 9.
Well, BX just said he can't start both.
I think he means in the midfield. BX clarified.
Oh.
I think he means in the midfield, because I mean that was the starting 11. That was the best. That would have been the best starting 11 last year if everybody's healthy.
I think he means now that we have Gyökeres. I don't know. But yeah, and it's kind of, I don't know if you were here earlier in the show, Ryan, but that's kind of what I was talking about. How like with Winieri and Odegaard, like they're two different center attacking players, center midfielders. Yeah, dude, we have so many different players that do so many different things, and it's so funny. We didn't even talk about Miles Skelly. How is he going to fit into this? Because there's talk that he's going to maybe play some midfield. I don't know. Just based on who we're signing and stuff, I don't know if it's going to be for this season. And especially with Calafiori hurt, we kind of need him at a left back position. But yeah, no.
One thing that, just kind of to your point about the players that can play multiple roles and things like that, I'm gonna paraphrase Clive from Arsenal Vision here, because he made a real good point on today's show, and it's the idea that for the better part of Mikel Arteta's tenure as manager here, we've seemed to place a very high priority or a high value on versatility, positional versatility, tactical versatility, role versatility. Having Gyökeres in here now, and he has one job, he has one role. He's not, I can play across front 3. He has one job, one role. And I think that is, as much as you love to have the jacks of all trades, the problem with that is they're masters of none to a degree. And we now need to see, I think, a lot of these players that, I'll be honest, I don't want to see Miles Lewis-Skelly move into the midfield. But I'm let him play left back. If that's his best position, let him play it. And last year he was really good there. So let's not try to reinvent the wheel here. Like, we don't need to build a better mousetrap. Let's just let these players play in their best positions, instead of saying, hey, you're really good here, and you do a lot of really good things. I think you could be really good at this position too. So let's try that. Let's not cut off our noses to spite our faces. This is hey, Thomas Partey, you're a really good number 6. You might make a halfway decent right back. So let's throw you back there.
But you see, and I think this is, how do I say this?
I don't dislike.
You view the game differently than I do, in the fact that, like, just because it says Thomas Partey is on the team sheet as right back doesn't mean he's playing right back.
I understand that.
I wouldn't be shocked if Gyökeres on the team sheet is at left wing and Havertz is up top, and they just play as maybe they play as a front 2. And like, it's like we talked about.
Well, it would be interesting to see then what happens in behind them if that actually happens.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, you talk about the pinwheel of death and how we're constantly changing and moving things.
Well, but to that point, this is what I mean about Gyökeres. He's not going to do that. He's not going to be a guy in that pinwheel of death that all of a sudden you see him out on right wing. He's not going to do that. I can tell you right now.
Yes,
I'll give you $100. I'll give you $100 if he does.
Okay, I'll point it out because he did it for Sporting. He came off the left. We just talked about it.
I said the right. I've already said earlier in the show that he likes to come off. He likes to come off the left.
That's what I'm saying. He likes to come off the left. So I'm saying there may be
I said coming off the right. I don't see that sort of, because I've seen Bukayo Saka move to the left and Martinelli move to the right, or Martinelli move in through the middle with Saka on the left.
Oh,
and
just because he doesn't play all 3 positions, I mean,
no. What I'm saying is
he's
like
not solely going to play up top and just be like the.
I think he is. I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
I hope.
You know what?
Personally, I hope he does. I want him to. I don't think he does.
I don't
think he's going to.
That's what everybody in this fan base has screamed for the last 3 years. We need a center forward, a number 9, that's his job. That's all he does. Doesn't do anything else. He'll press and he'll shoot. That's what we want. And if he starts doing all kinds of different things and that pinwheel of death and he gets involved in that, you're taking away his best attribute.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because
his best attribute is getting away shots.
I think we signed. I hope this makes sense, but we signed him to give Arteta less of a headache because of this pinwheel of death. It's like, okay, no, you can't. Like, it's kind of what you were saying. It's like, all right, no, Arteta, you can't fuck this up. He is our 9. He is in the middle of the pitch. He is going to score goals. He is a focal point. Don't do anything crazy. I mean, throughout the game, I could see him maybe switching around with like a Martinelli just because he likes to come off the left. But grand scheme of things, I think he's just going to be numero uno, top of the box. He's going to be our center down low in the post. And I don't foresee him, coming out to the 3-point line. There's a lot of basketball references today, but yeah. I do see him as being the focal point, but I wouldn't, because we kind of did it with Aubameyang. I mean, yes, Aubameyang had a history of playing on the wings, but like he was so good for us in the middle of the pitch. But like we wanted to put him and Lacazette on the pitch together, so we were like, oh well, Aubameyang's got to play on the left and Lacazette's going to play up top, and it's like, I guess, but Aubameyang was so good with us in the middle of the pitch. Why are we trying to do this? But again, it was because we were not a good team yet. We wanted to score. We wanted the opportunity to score as many goals as we could with the players on the pitch. Did it work out in the long run? Probably not. But I kind of understood what he was doing. And in a weird warped mind, I think Gyökeres is Lacazette and Havertz is – or no, Gyökeres is Aubameyang, Lacazette is Havertz. But I think it's a little different because I don't think – it gets murky there, but I could see it turning into that, which I don't want. I'm not, just because I'm saying this is what's going to happen doesn't mean it's what I want. It's not what I want. But I have a feeling Arteta's going to try to figure out a way to put Kai Havertz and Gyökeres on the pitch at the same time. And I don't think it's going to necessarily be a front 2. It could be. That'd be awesome. Because I really think Havertz is a good second striker. But yeah, I hope Gyökeres is the focal point. I hope he's, fuck you, Erling Haaland, but I hope he's like Erling Haaland.
Oh, I mean,
he's going to be, I mean, he should be better because he's going to touch the ball a little bit more, but,
He's also, he also puts Erling Haaland as a string bean compared to this dude. Like the pictures of him with his shirt off, Are you kidding
I don't
me?
know.
This
Erling Haaland
this
is pretty massive.
this dude should be a linebacker. I mean, I'm not saying he's not fit, but like you look at Gyökeres and you look at his arms. I mean, like even the kit that he had on coming out of the tunnel yesterday. I mean, like he looks like he's dressed to go wrestle the Rock or something. Like he just looks like he could be a professional wrestler.
I didn't realize Erling Haaland's 3 inches taller. But I mean, I think Gyökeres is a little bigger. But I
think Gyökeres looks like he looks like he is a workout warrior. Now, hope it doesn't translate. Hopefully it will in this league. Go ahead.
No, I got 2 things I want to talk about. Go, and I'm just reminding myself.
I'm. It's gonna get real. It's gonna get real weird here in a minute if I keep going down this road.
I didn't know you're going down.
I mean, just the physique of Gyökeres. That's all.
I don't really care. Well, 2 things I think.
You probably do.
No, not maybe when the season starts. I do
maybe a little bit.
One thing that I don't really want to talk about too much, but I think it was kind of interesting was apparently Arteta has convinced Zinchenko to stay.
Who just said this up here?
Someone said in the comments. I saw it in the thing. Very weird, but
Football Capo, says okay. Is this what you saw, or did you see this?
No, I saw an article. I saw it somewhere else.
If he convinced Zinchenko to stay, why? Like unless he doesn't trust Calafiori, to stay healthy.
I do again. This is me trying to justify Zinchenko saying I want to sell him. We evolved past him. I think we could still maintain the flow. I think he's a good. Listen, me and you disagree. I think he's a good player, but I still want him. Yeah, I agree. I still want him sold. I still think if we sell him, our floor doesn't necessarily change. But I do think he does bring something to this team. I really do. But I don't know.
It ain't defensive. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, it's I don't know. I also think that this could be a bluff. Maybe tell him like, hey, yeah, we don't want to sell him, and then a team's like, oh, we want him. Because sometimes that happens when you go like, oh, we're not selling him. It makes teams want him more. It's kind of like it's kind of like the guy. As soon as you get married, the girls want you more because they know you can't have you. So maybe Zinchenko is now a married man. I don't know, but I know he's a married man, but I meant metaphorically. But I thought that was very interesting. And then I agree to Ryan. His passing IQ is so good. I think positionally, not defensive. He's very, very smart. Just
I agree with that.
He's a midfielder.
Him playing left back, then his best talents are his IQ, his footballing IQ, and his passing, his vision. And when you play him at left back, you're handcuffing both of those things. Not necessarily the IQ part of it, but his vision and his passing. If you want to separate those 2 things, so 2 of the 3. You're handcuffing by playing him at left back and asking him to do something that he's not particularly great at. He's not even particularly good at it. He's average on his best day defensively. I mean, it's. I didn't hear that. This is the first I'm hearing that he supposedly that Arteta has convinced him to stay. It's the first that I would be hearing that Zinchenko actually wanted to leave. Because that actually, to a degree, kind of surprises me. If he wanted to leave, that would actually surprise me a little bit because
he wants to play.
But here's the other problem too with him is he's no less injury prone than Calafiori is at this point. So we're gonna keep 3 left backs because 2 of them between them might be able to play a third of the games, 40% of our matches, and MLS is going to be the guy. So you said there was something else on your mind?
Actually, I lied. There's 2 more things. One thing's quick.
Right.
The video, I don't know if the chat's seen this, the video of Aubameyang where it was like, hey, 1 word for each player. He said Arteta. I hope so, but probably not.
I'm not thumbs down to the signing of Eze, thumbs down to the timing of it. If Eze
No.
gets signed, it won't be until it would be closer to the end of the window. I think that's the only reason I'm doing this.
Oh, whatever.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so he was giving Arteta and his one word, but he actually gave 2 words. He said too focused, and he laughed like a fucking idiot.
Wait, who said this?
Aubameyang.
Oh,
They gave him Arteta. And he said too focused, which whatever. Yeah, take the high road. I don't know. Who cares? And then the last thing, Berta is trying to work some kind of magic. I don't know what magic he has.
what
kind of dust.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the
But I wanna sniff it. I want to sniff it off a hooker's ass. Him, if he could sell
where's your
Gabriel,
wife? Where's your wife?
Yeah,
So
she's
she could have
sleeping.
heard you say that.
if we sell Gabriel Jesus this window, I want a statue of Berta outside of the Emirates. He is our second highest earning player, coming off a torn ACL. He's rehabbing, and funny enough, he just dyed his hair green. So I don't know. There might be legs to this. I don't know why he would dye his hair green when his club team is, in fact, rojo, red. Yeah,
Look at you pulling Spanish.
I thought you were going to say Portuguese. I would have laughed at you so hard. No, yeah. So
well, it kind of is. He's Brazilian.
Yeah, but that's not rojo's not Portuguese, is it? No, I don't know. I don't know what red in Portuguese is, but anyways, I don't know, man. There might be legs to this, and talking about loans and buy options, and I don't really have much to say about it other than he's the second highest earner in our club. The only one that earns more is Havertz. Well,
I mean, I guess it would be down to the purchasing club as to whether or not they want to
Flamengo team in Brazil. What was it Flamengo? Someone said in the comments.
Flamengo, yeah. That's what I heard. Flamengo.
Yeah. There was another team that was potential, but they got ruled out. Palmeiras, maybe, I don't know, but yeah. Also, shout out to
Boss Sports World.
Yeah, Carl Jenkinson. Shout out. Dislocated his hip in preseason. That's
yeah. I would simply assume that if a club is willing to purchase an injured player that they know, has the injury, if they're willing to, I mean, are you buying the player then sort of as is? Okay, we know he can't pass the physical, so we're willing to take the chance and and buy the player, with knowing the injury that he has, and we're willing to just accept it. So,
it'll. I would love that.
I don't know how that works. I don't even know if it's possible. I don't even know if they're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Are there some?
Then there wouldn't be talks.
That's not true. Listen, man. You put anything out on the internet, you get enough people to kind of push it, and you can get anything trending. I promise you that.
Well, Hand of Arsenal said that Bird is trying to sell him, so I believe him.
Hand of Arsenal has been.
He's my gerbil.
And there's another person out there who thinks that Hand of Arsenal is full of malarkey.
Okay, whatever. But there's other reports though. I don't. This guy's definitely Portuguese.
Yeah, I heard. Did you hear this? That West Ham want Fabio Vieira?
Yeah, I heard. 3-point sniper sent me that link today.
Okay.
Or no, another sniper. One of my friends sent me that though. Yeah, I don't know.
Farmer would be a good shout, I think, for him to go play for Carlos Cuesta.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't see West Ham giving us a lot of money.
No, I don't think. I mean, we went through the numbers last week, and I think he was valued at 22 million euros, which is probably like 19, 20 million pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't see West Ham ponying that up. If we could get 20 million pounds for him, I'd be over the moon. That'd be amazing. I just want somehow, some way with these sales to get 2/3 of the way to the Eze release clause. Because I feel like if it's 68, divide that by 3, doesn't come out evenly, but it would be so roughly let's just say we need about 44 million pounds in sales. That gets us, I would like to think that we could make up the other 24 million if need be. But that's really what I want to see in the sales. So anything else on your mind? We're pushing 90 minutes here, I think.
No, I think we're good. I mean, Nelson to Fulham. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully we can get a permanent sell out of that.
Well, the rumor that I heard on that, this was from David Ornstein, was that it was a loan with an option or obligation to buy, but a significant fee. And I would be very curious to know what a significant fee is. Now, if it's a loan, so does that mean a significant loan fee and a significant? Well, I would like, if that's what we're going to do, I'd like to see, I keep coming back to this number, but I'd like to see like 20 million. All right. If you're going to loan with an option or obligation to buy, I want 5 million in a loan fee, 7 million in a loan fee, and I want another 13 to 15 million in a purchase fee next summer. But that's the significant fee, not the actual numbers, is what I heard from David Ornstein. So,
and then,
but I would, I very much want the permanent sale this summer, not next summer with the loan. That's just kick the can down the road. So,
no, I agree.
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, and just, I mean, real quick, it's funny, I didn't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it now. I mean, I don't want to talk about it, but just the fact that Ramsdale potentially going to Newcastle, that actually affects us. If they can sell him to Newcastle for a fee permanently, we get a sell-on clause.
Yeah, there's a sell-on clause. I don't know what the percentage is, but
they're working their way around it, and they're going to loan him, which fucks us out of money. Wow. So fuck Newcastle. Anyways,
funny?
Newcastle is slowly working their way into like.
Your top four.
They're my top three right now. They're probably third right now.
Yeah.
Behind Tottenham and Man U. Like, I can't stand them. So if Ramsdale went there, I'd be like, I could have to like dislike him.
I hate Tottenham because I'm a human being. Well, I hate Tottenham because I'm human. It's weird. Just real quick. I hate United because I'm an Arsenal fan. I hate Chelsea because I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't have the hatred for United that you do. I hate Tottenham more than I hate United. My hatred now for Manchester City is through the roof.
Oh, I don't care.
No, I just like.
I don't think they're going to be good. I think they'll be decent. They'll show like signs, but I don't think they're going to be that good next year. I don't know. We'll see.
I was thinking about this, and I'm going to kind of leave it. I'll leave a bit of a cliffhanger here. Yeah. Not for next week. Or the week after, but the week after that for our big season preview show coming up in 3 weeks from tonight. Looking at the depth of the teams that I think will be in the mix to win the league, it's not close. Like you look at our depth and what we've talked about raising the floor. And we've raised both. That's the crazy thing when you think about it. We've raised both. We've raised our floor and we've raised our ceiling with the signings of Zubamendi and Gyökeres. We've raised the floor with Christian Norgard, with Kepa. I mean, when you just look back at last year, Christian Norgard is an upgrade on Jorginho, I think.
Yeah.
Kepa is absolutely an upgrade on Neto.
Mm-hmm.
Madueke is an upgrade on
Sterling.
Every backup winger that we had and or have currently, as in like last season or the year before that. So who am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anyone. And Christian Mosquera. Lest we forget about bringing him in. He's an upgrade, I think. Let me put it this way. Christian Mosquera is Mosquera is an upgrade at center back over Ben White as a center back, over Calafiori as a center back, over Timber as a center back. I think he's going to be an upgrade on Jakub Kiwior, and that's saying something because I'm a Jakub Kiwior guy. I like Jakub Kivior. I was advocating for him to stay. He had like 2 bad 30-minute spells. One last year, one the year before that. Everybody wanted him gone. And look what he did last year, deputizing for Gabriel. But the floor has been raised with purchases, with incoming players, and the ceiling and the floor. We've raised both with new players. Not raising the ceiling by bringing in a new player to raise the floor. Gyökeres raises the ceiling on his own. I think Madueke raises the ceiling on it. Well, he raises the floor, I guess, to a degree. Zubamendi raises the ceiling. So it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan, and I really can't wait for the season to get started. I can't wait to get into the season preview because there's so many things I want to talk about, but I got to wait for that show because not that it doesn't make sense to talk about it now, but it makes more sense to talk about it then. Anything else?
Nope. Other than real quick, I just want to tell everybody, friends of ours, not that kind of gooner. Our friend Drew, he has a podcast with 305 Cast. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. I'm blanking on his name. And oh my God, John. Jesus, all in my head. I just thought of Malort.
That's why you couldn't remember his name.
Because I just love doing Malort with John. Yeah, their podcast has a bracket out for the worst Arsenal signings of all time. Everyone vote and check it out. It's actually pretty funny.
It is. It's really good. Yeah.
Some of the matchups are interesting. A lot of the votes, the way they're swinging, to me, don't make any sense. But there are a few players that I'm not as familiar with as an older fan would be. But yeah, everybody check it out, vote, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, good stuff. Everybody in the chat, lively chat tonight. Good stuff, everybody in the chat on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys. Everybody watching on Twitter /X, all 45 of you right now. If you're watching, listening, we thank you guys very much. Make sure that if you are on YouTube, please go over to the channel, Loose Cannon. Just search Loose Cannons AFC. We will come up. Drop us a subscription. If you're on YouTube right now, drop us a like. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you get interacting with us that way. Shout out where people can find you on the socials.
Yeah, Arspros Ryan on Twitter. It's probably my main squeeze where I kind of am. I always say this, but feel free to hit me up. I'm always gonna chat Arsenal, and yeah, excited for everyone that was listening, is listening, and will be listening. And I will see you all next week.
Yeah. Bearded Gooner, just do all the searches on all the socials. You'll find me. Instagram, Twitter /X. That's where I'm at there. Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. That's it. Yeah, just subscribe, click the bell icon. You'll never miss a show. We'll be back next Monday, barring any major breaking news between now and then. We will recap the North London derby that will be played in Hong Kong on Thursday, 7:30 a.m. on that. And that, for anyone watching in America, that is on the CBS Sports Network. 7:30 kickoff time on the East Coast for that. And on that note, it's been good footy talk. We'll see you out there.